Hey mama, welcome back to Holistic Moms. I'm your host, Shan. Okay, today is another one of those episodes where I was in my quiet time and then I was having a conversation and then I was doing something else and I could just hear God speaking to me through all these different areas and connecting all these pieces and making this message really clear to me. So we've talked about how to hear God's voice, and this episode today is me sharing with you how I clearly heard something and how I'm using what I heard in real life scenarios and how I'm putting it into practice, because I think you can put this same thing into practice. It is so applicable to every day. You ready? Let's go. Real quick, if you are listening to this on Tuesday, June 18th, before 11 a.m. Eastern Time in the States, then come sign up, join me in the Find More Time workshop that is happening at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Okay, if it is before that time, you still have time. Please register, join me. It's going to be amazing. I've worked so hard on making this a value-packed 60 minutes that is going to be well worth your time, okay? So if you are looking for a summer and just time with your kids that is peaceful and energetic and tons of memories and flexible, and you're just not sure how that's going to get there. Like summer is fun and then it turns crazy fun really fast. So if you are looking for more peace in your summer with your children as a busy mom, then please come join me in the workshop. And hey, if you can't make it and it is after that time of 11 a.m., then email me at hello@theshanwright.com and I will get you the replay right away. Okay, you'll get the replay, you'll get the amazing, if I should say so myself, workbook that goes along with the workshop right to your inbox, okay? And there's a special deal that comes with it, okay? And there's actually a special, you can still get in the door prize that will be given away on Friday. So if it's before then, you can still get entries into the door prize. So many benefits as to why you are hearing this episode right now, why you press play, and how you can be blessed by this workshop, the door prize, and the workbook. Okay, so email me at hello@theshanwright.com or find me on Instagram at theshanwright. That's right with the W. Or ask in the Facebook group, wherever you can get in contact with me, get in contact and let me get you this workshop, okay? Okay, and if this is after the workshop, then my sale is live. My wellness accountability coaching sale is live through Saturday, June 22nd at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. This is a 50% off sale, 50% off sale, okay? Half off. So I would love to bless you with a coaching session during this time, during this sale, so that we can work together and you don't have to schedule during this week. You would get my Calendly link and you would schedule a time that fits for you and for me, and we would get to work together. So if you are ready to pursue your holistic wellness, then use me as your accountability coach. Go to www.theshanwright.com/coaching, and you will find my deal there. I would love to take a hold of your hand and walk this courageous journey together. Hey, accountability, it's the code. It's the secret code, and you cannot be consistent in any wellness need or action without accountability. And did you know that having an accountability coach means that you are 95% likely to succeed in any wellness action or need or goal that you have? So I will take your hand and we will do it together. That 5%, that other 5%, that's just you. That's just you showing up. So you are going to be successful in this. So if you're ready to pursue any holistic wellness need. This could be spiritual, mental, emotional, physical, financial, social, occupational. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it is. I will take hold of your hand and walk you through that as a holistic wellness accountability coach. Be there with you. So go right now to theshanwright.com/coaching. I cannot wait to work with you. Hey mama, are you stressed by the lack of time in the day to do all the things? Are you feeling disconnected from God, your husband, and even your kids because patience and presence seem out of reach? Do you want a healthier body, mind, spirit, and home, but overwhelmed in where to start? Hey, I'm Shan Wright, daughter of the king, wife, mom to 4, RN, wellness coach, and I know very well what it feels like to want to live well, but about to lose it with my very blessed full life. After realizing I can't pour from an empty cup, I tracked my way to whole body wellness and so much peace. If you are ready to cancel the stressed out life, learn tactical, intentional strategies as a mom wearing many hats, find more peace, confidence, and joy raising kingdom kids, then listen in. Come on, mama, together we got this. Really, God's got this. So go heat up that coffee again and turn your listening ears on. Let's chat. I had an aha moment on an interview the other day. Me and this guest have so much in common, and she said this very common word, and we were talking about, this issue of anxiety that we have in common and had in high school when we were a little bit younger. And I think just the context of how we were using it and how we were talking about lived experiences, she said this very common word, but it was like a rhema to me that day in that conversation. It popped out, and God, I could feel him speaking to me, hear him speaking to me through her, and I started jotting down notes, and it was then in my quiet time later, reading in the Psalms, that something stood out to me, another rhema, and it all is just coming together and then I had another conversation. It is all coming together as God speaking to me and sharing with me this message that is very simple, but I needed the reminder. And I needed the reminder so that I could pass it on to my daughter, so I could pass it on to my kids and to you and to all those around me. I needed the reminder of this simple word and this simple act because it's huge. It is something that we can do to share the gospel, to live a life that others want to lean into, that others want to be around. And we can do it in so many different ways. And it's simple. You want to know what it is? It is choosing joy. Joy, that simple word. She was talking about it. We were talking about it. And I was just, wow, I need to choose joy. We need to choose joy. We're told in James 1:2, consider it nothing but joy, my brothers and sisters, when you fall into various trials. Do you think an anxiety attack or just this feeling of anxiety and overwhelm in life and just stressed out, burnt out is a trial? Yes, all of that. It says various trials of many kinds. It says it in different ways, in different translations, and all of it is a trial. And we are supposed to consider it nothing but joy, or consider it pure joy. Well, I don't usually do that. Do you do that? This is like a simple thing that we are told to do to help us. And why? Because when we do, we realize that the testing of these trials produces character, and the character produces endurance, and it brings us to a place of humility and walking as on purpose and sharing the gospel because of these trials and because of these things that we go through. Okay, so let's go to the fact that the enemy wants to steal, kill, and destroy, right? We know that's his plan. And we have to get a little bit more mad about it, I think. But he never wants us to, he wants to steal, kill, and destroy everything. And one big thing, one huge thing is our identity. He wants to steal our identity and not He does not want us to live in our kingdom identity. That's how God made us. Your kingdom identity is how God made you. This is how God wants you to live. This is what He says about you. This is how He fearfully and wonderfully made you inside and knit you together in this kingdom identity. He says, I know who you are. I made you. I am the creator who made you into this masterpiece. And the enemy comes in and tries to steal that identity with so many things in this world, and he tries to steal that joy that he's put inside of you. He tries to steal all these pieces of you in different ways. And when we have anxiety, are we happy? Are we joyful? Do we most of the time have a huge smile across our face? Or are we lighting up a room when we're in this anxious moment or just in a state of underlying anxiety? Maybe it's just a low-grade anxiety, this low-grade high performance even, this low-grade high-performance hustle that we're always like, gotta do this, gotta do that. Oh, I'm going on this place. I'm going here, and I got this to do. And maybe you run into a friend and you're like, hey, would love to chat, but gotta go. I gotta go do this. And sometimes this high performance mentality and temperament can push us to success, and it can push us to good things and to get a lot done, and even great areas in business and success in business. But there's a fine line there, and we have to be very careful in our high performance in this high performance state that we're in. If we feel like that's just our personality and that's the way we run and that's the way we do life, are you loving others during all of that? Are you producing fruit in all of that? Is there fruit coming out of you and flowing onto others in that state? Maybe. I'm not telling you there's not. I just want you to look at, are you showing fruit and producing fruit and pouring the fruit of the Spirit onto other people when you're in this high performance, low grade anxiety state? Because there's a period of stress, this stress that can be good stress and push us. Like, think of it as you're in a race and this adrenaline, like this good rush of adrenaline and stress that's on your body internally, this is going to push you to the finish line. This is going to push you to go through and make it and to bring up all your strength that's inside your body and get to the end of the finish line, right? That's what that good stress is. But there's such a fine line there. And if you tinker over into the being stressed out and overly stressed, then that can bring anxiety and overwhelm that comes out of us onto others. It comes out in our words. It comes out in our actions. It comes out on our face in the fact that there's not a smile there. There's not a joy lighting up your face. There's not a joy when you are rushing your kids around the house and getting from point A to point B. There's not a joy there. And that is what the enemy is trying to do, is keep us in this busy state and this hustle mentality and high performance. And I'm a perfectionist. I'm going to do everything perfect. And I got to keep striving and I got to work into excellence. And so I'm just going to keep going because this is what I'm supposed to do. And then he pushes us. And in that, he's like, yes, now I've taken her joy and I've taken it and I've stolen some of her identity. And now she's walking around like this anxious, overwhelmed mom, person, friend, sister, wife. And that's where I want her to stay. Well, what you want to do is recognize this. We have to be self-aware and recognize that the enemy is coming to steal, kill, and destroy our lives in every way. And sometimes it's so simple as he's coming to take our joy. And you know, as a child of God, an identity marker that you have as a child of God is the joy of salvation. When you are a child of God and when you have claimed Jesus as your Lord and Savior, you have the joy of salvation. Well, when he takes that joy and he tries to steal it from you, now he cannot completely take that. You are saved, you are locked up, but he can mask it with anxiety and overwhelm and burnt out and survival mode. And then therefore, there's not a joy on your face. You're not witnessing and sharing the gospel. You're not in the Great Commission and loving others and witnessing to others. No, he's destroyed your witness. That is his goal. He doesn't want the kingdom to expand. He doesn't want you to be on fire for God and not worried about anything. When we are anxious and overwhelmed, we are worried about something. We are trying to take control of something and not giving our complete trust over to God. And what others see is anxiousness and fear and control, and they do not see love and joy and peace. So therefore, they don't want to be a part of that. They don't say, oh, I want to be just like her. She looks like she loves God and loves others, and it doesn't bring them into our space and help our witness and our witness of God. No, it actually destroys our witness. So that's what he wants to do, right? So I would say, do you have joy? Are you producing the fruit of the Spirit of joy in your life? Is it something that you're thinking about often? So I noticed it in my child. So this is one of the ways that God was speaking to me. I was thinking about her identity and how she is made, and she is made with a joy. She is made with a fun personality, a laughter that is so sweet. I would say every parent probably thinks their kid's laughter is sweet, but just a great laugh, a happiness of life, and people want to be around her. She is fun. People want to be in a relationship with her. But she also has this great anxiety, and she was having this very anxious moment, and we were deep in conversation, and I got mad. I said, you know what the enemy is doing right now? He is stealing your identity of how God made you. God made you fun and relatable, and people want to be around you. But right now, this anxiety that's taken over, it's come out in your words and your actions, and people don't want to be around that. And that's not fun, and that's not joyful, and that's not who you are. And it just made me mad. I was like, are you mad that he's doing this? Because I'm mad. And I want you to see that's what's happening. And I mean, she is saved and baptized, but the enemy was battling her mind, and she was being oppressed by fear more and more, even as being saved. And I could see that the anxiety was killing her joy. And I don't like it. And I wanted to, help her see this. And so I was, having this conversation with her, and we were praying through it. And then I had this interview. I don't know if it was the next day or a couple days later. And when I was talking to this friend, this guest on the interview, and we were talking about joy and being happy, and then it clicked. I was like, wow, this was my problem as a child. This was me as a teenager when you have hormones going crazy too. And I was just labeled as very emotional, and that I had emotional problems. And people just said it to me all the time. So it's just like, I just heard it as a label. You are emotional. And that upset me. And then I heard my mom, and this is not bad against her at all. This was something that she was recognizing, and she said, you don't have any joy. Where is your joy? Is what she said to me. Where is your joy? And at that, I didn't have any idea I had anxiety at that time as a teenager. I had no idea. I just thought what others said about me. I'm anxious. No, sorry, not that I'm anxious, but that I'm emotional, and I'm a girl. I'm a perfectionist. I'm a goody good two-shoe, whatever. I'm the good girl. These were like all the things that were said about me. It did not correlate to me. I was never told that I had anxiety. It was just all these other things that I felt I could not help. I could not prevent. This is just how I was. I was just a mess inside. And my mom recognized it and said, "You have no joy." Well, I thought, well, I am saved and joy is from God and it's a fruit of the Spirit. So I would hope that I do have joy. But no, I don't feel it. I don't feel joy, and I feel overwhelmed, and I have tons of thoughts in my mind right now. And I didn't know that the enemy's job was trying to kill my joy inside. I didn't know that. But when you know that, you can do something about it. And I was actually just more stressed out by that comment and thought, geez, now I got to go find joy too. I got to do all these things. I got perfect grades, perfect attendance, perfect actions, perfect behavior, and I got to go find some joy. I was struggling hard with perfectionism, and now this was something else that I didn't get right. I got this wrong, and I had to fix it. So I don't even know where I went from there in life. I struggled, right? I struggled with anxiety for a long time, and now I can see and help my daughter and other kids too, and you as a listener and others that you can help, that when we know what is happening, we can actually go to war, right? We can fight the right way. So when someone is trying to steal, kill, and destroy us or our children, we can get mad rightfully, and we need to. We need to recognize it and get mad about it. Get that righteous anger and fight back. Get in the battle. I just gave 3 examples of how you can do this in episode 74. So I want you to go back to that episode and get in the battle and fight that war, okay? So when someone steals our identity, say our ID, or online steals our identity, that's never happened to me, thank goodness, but I can imagine how that feels. And we have to think of those same feelings when the enemy is trying to steal our joy because that's like our life. That is our identity, our salvation, joy of salvation. That's our life. That's our future. That's our eternity is joy. And if he's stealing it, then we cannot focus on it. We're not thinking about it. We're thinking about our anxiety, and we're thinking about that story that you wrote up in your head and all of it. And that is not helping us. That's not serving us. It's just destroying us. And Jesus says in John 15, starting in verse 7, "If you remain in me and my words remain in you, ask whatever you wish and it will be done for you. This is my Father's glory, that you bear much fruit, showing yourselves to be my disciples. As the Father has loved me, so I have loved you. Now remain in my love. If you keep my commands, you will remain in my love, just as I kept my Father's commands and I remain in his love. I have told you this so that my joy may be in you and that your joy may be complete." Okay. His joy. What is his joy? Salvation. He's about to go to the cross. He's about to lay it down for us. That's the joy that he has, even in that biggest trial of ever, of all time. He had joy, and that he's telling us to abide in him, keep the Father's commands, remain in him, bear the fruit, and then our joy will be full. Your joy may be complete. Okay? So we have to abide with Jesus to have the fruit of the Spirit. And when we get off course because life gets busy and life gets in the way, what do? How do we go back? We have to recognize what's happening, and we have to choose joy. We have to choose joy over the feelings of anxiety. This is the whole point of this episode. We have to choose joy, okay? I want you to choose joy over the feelings of anxiety. He wants us to have the fullness of joy. There's another translation that says, "May your joy be full." He wants us to have the fullness of joy. So what we're going to do is invite him in. He is peace. We're going to invite the Prince of Peace into our feelings of sadness, sorrow, anxiety, despair. Then when we invite him in, he brings peace and he brings the fullness of joy. Because Jesus Again, he's headed to the cross when he says this in John. And he knows that there is suffering, but suffering produces joy. When we have sorrow and suffering and trials, it expands our capacity for joy. We can actually understand what joy is when we go through the suffering. And the purpose of it is joy and the joy of salvation. So the psalmist David in Psalm 51:10, this is the other rhema that I had during this time when God highlighted this verse to me. Verse 10, create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a right spirit within me. Cast me not away from thy presence, and take not thy Holy Spirit from me. Restore unto me the joy of thy salvation, and uphold me with thy free spirit. Okay, what's he asking God to do? Renew the mind. Create me a clean heart and renew a right spirit within me. So first, renew my mind. That's going to be my beliefs, my mindset. Set truth. Get the lies out. Create in me a clean heart. Help me get emotionally regulated right now, God, because right now my emotions are going crazy in my heart, and I need you to help me regulate them. And then in that, restore unto me the joy of thy salvation. In doing that, in renewing your mind, in creating a new heart, clean heart, purifying your heart, setting your heart on truth, and getting emotionally regulated, the joy is restored. The joy is restored. That's how you choose joy, okay? Whew! This is so fun. And then it's like I want to go do it now. I want to put it into action. And here's how you can put it into action. One way that you can choose joy is to metabolize the pain. What does this mean? In the sorrow, in the anxiety, the pain can mean anxiety, sorrow, sadness, despair, depression, oppression, anger, feelings, whatever hard feeling you're feeling, that's pain. Metabolize the pain, the hurt, all of it by moving your body. So you are going to metabolize it. You're going to put it into action. You're going to choose an action to embody joy and connect your body and mind holistically together. Okay? Here's some examples. Dance, run, worship with hands up and standing up and praising. Go on a prayer walk. Play with your kids actively. Jump on the trampoline. Run around the yard with them. Play chase. Do something active with your body and let your mind and body connect and choose joy. It's really hard to be joyful and sitting still. Oh, it's really hard. That when you have joy, you just want to bounce. You just want to jump. So what you're going to do, remember, choose joy. How do we do it? We're going to move our body. We're going to connect the body and mind together to embody the joy. We're not going to be feeling it. Remember, we're in this state of pain, hurt, anxiousness. We're going to choose it. So we're going to say, okay, right now I am feeling so mad, but about this X, Y, and Z. But what is the truth? The truth is I have joy of salvation. I have the joy of the Lord in me. I have the joy down in my heart. So what am I going to do right now? It's down in my heart. Remember, it's down in your emotions. Deep down is the joy of the Lord. You're going to dig it out and you're going to dance. You're going to put a worship song on that's fun. I'm going to have a good day. You're going to put that song on. That's just the recent awesome one. You're going to put that song on and you're going to dance and you're going to find the joy of the Lord. You're going to find the joy of salvation that is going to help you just cancel out those negative bad feelings. It's going to cancel it out. You're going to renew the joy within you. It's going to restore the joy in you. It's going to restore and emotionally regulate everything inside of you to your mind. And then you're going to go out there and you're going to share the love of Jesus. You're going to share the fruits of the Spirit. You're going to share peace, love, joy, patience. You're going to share it all because it's going to be flowing out of you again. You're going to be restored, renewed, and ready to go. That is how you fight. That's how you fight this battle that we're in every single day. Okay? I hope this blessed you as much as it blessed me. This conversation, this rhema, the way that God spoke to me through all of this, I'm sharing this so that you can use it too. Because again, this is so simple. This is just straight from the Bible. This is what God wants us to do. And we're having these negative, bad feelings. Consider it joy. Choose joy and then move your body, get it into action, embody joy. We got it. Okay? All right, friend. I pray this blessed you today. I want you to come over to the Facebook group and share it with me. I want you to come over to the Facebook group and share just how you're going to choose joy today. Share a scenario. Share what you're going through. I shared about my daughter. Share something, and we can do this together. This is simple, but it's so much better when you do it with a community. So come into the Mom Village. It's bit.ly/holistic hacks. Come join us. And until next time, may God himself, the God of peace, sanctify you through and through. May your whole spirit, soul, and body be kept blameless until the coming of our Lord Jesus Christ. The one who calls you is faithful, and he will do it. 1 Thessalonians 5:23-24. Shalom, shalom. Hey, Wellness Warrior. I pray that blessed you. And if so, it would bless me big if you would write a 5-star review and subscribe on Apple Podcasts. Not only would this make me super happy, but it will allow for others to find this show too. Also, I love to chat over on Instagram, so make sure to take a screenshot, share to your Instagram stories, and tag me at the Shan so I can see it and we can keep chatting and bring other moms to chat with us. Until we get to chat again, mama friend, may the Lord's face shine upon you and give you peace.